2171 AD. Humanity once again reached for the stars. Global superpowers had raced to build orbital elevators in their territories, turning the emptiness of space into cluttered colonies of surveillance satellite networks and military way stations. Back on the surface, while no nations engaged in all-out war, border skirmishes became more frequent. On these ever-shifting front lines, armored humanoid battle vehicles codenamed wanzers have proven to be the unrivaled kings. History has taught us that humanity, wherever it went, would baptize its new home with blood drawn in battle. In this age, no place is safe from the ravages of war.
Data link's going to be ready?
Just about done. Okay, go ahead and try them.
Initiating. Operations, control, system, wizard. Only an... Ooh. 0.02% deviation. Great job.
Maybe everyone will relax a little now.
Yeah, what's up with everyone today? Isn't this just supposed to be a regular demonstration?
Maybe Wizard knows something. Wiz?
Retrieving information from the Military Administration DataNet. Data indicates that any performance failure displayed during today's tests will result in the termination of funding for the Edge System Upgrade project assigned to Diable Avionics.
Military what? We shouldn't be able to access that.
I have been upgrading her in my spare time.
Upgrades? Why haven't I heard anything about this?
Information classified.
You've turned Wiz into a hacker?
Information classified.
Dylan, stop! I have to...
No time to waste. We've got to get this test started.
Jeez, Dylan. Why do you always do this to me? Okay, Dylan, start moving to the testing area. Good! Dylan, let's demonstrate how you can skate through the markers without stopping.
Activate the Agile skate system by pressing the backpack button.
One more! Good job, Dylan. Now move to the next marker. Good! Now let's show them how we can jump and hover through these markers.
Press the jump button to jump. Press it again while in the air to hover. Press it a third time to drop.
Excellent! Okay, it's time to test the combat systems. First, let's try your machine gun. Move to the target range.
A wanzer can have up to 4 weapons equipped at once. 1 on each shoulder and 1 in each hand. The machine gun is equipped in your right hand.
Shoot the targets as they pop up. Remember to fire your machine gun in bursts to avoid overheating. Excellent! Now let's take out the last target with precision aim. Great shooting! Now, let's show them how quickly we can refill ammunition. There. Now you're out of ammo. Walk over an ammo unit to refill your ammunition. Nice job. Now let's demonstrate how precision attacks can cripple the enemy. Destroy his arms to reduce the damage and accuracy of the gun on that arm. Good. Now destroy his legs to cripple his movement speed. Nice job! The bar above their head indicates how much armor is left on the torso. Shoot his torso now! Nice job! Take this one out using melee only. Don't forget that melee attacks deal greater damage when they're performed while skating. Great! One more system to go. Let's show them what your missiles can do to these helicopters. Yeah! Now take out the other one. Nice job! Okay, Dylan. For the final test, let's show the brass how quickly we can take down a live opponent. Make your way to the marker when you're ready. Don't forget, in combat, it's important to evade incoming enemy attacks.
Wiz, give me all the info you can get.
Accessing UCS Strategic Data Link. Unidentified wanzers have landed near the mouth of the Hudson River. UCS units assigned to the orbital elevator Percival are currently engaging the intruders.
What about Dad's office?
Unable to retrieve current data on the National Strategic Research Labs.
We'd better go see for ourselves. Set a course for the NSRL.
What are you doing, Dylan? You can't go in there, even if it's for your dad.
Think of it as a field test for the demonstration.
That's a real war zone out there. You're not even a soldier. You'll get killed.
I don't need to be. Not with Wiz and the edge system we've been developing.
I know you want to help your dad, but you can't do this, Dylan.
Bye, Amy. Dad's ID code and the NSRL security net. That should give us his current location.
Network access error. Satellite communication uplinks are being jammed.
Guess we're doing this the hard way. Let's see a radar map.
Location of NSRL. Most efficient route calculated. Current route minimizes probability of contact with unidentified wanzers.
Unidentified wanzers? I think it's safe to call them enemies now, Wiz.
I'm coming to get you, Dad. Let's do this, Wiz.
Warning. Enemy tank detected.
Not good.
Enemy unit down. Additional enemies detected on course for our position.
Wanzer. Let's help him out. No! Damn it. I'm getting away with this. Nice, Wiz! We took him out.
transportation network now. Gates are now opening.
All units, be on the lookout. We have reports of unauthorized wanzers in this area.
OCU assault wanzers. Since when are we at war with them?
Unable to find official records of declaration of war being sent by the OCU.
Was the army taking a nap or something? How could they let these guys into New York so easily? Dad's not gonna stand a chance unless we get there soon.
Enemy contact. Engaging.
Hey, thanks for the help. Wait, I'm on your side.
Identify yourself.
Dylan Ramsey. I'm an engineer working for Diable Avionics.
A civilian? What type of wanzer is that?
It's our company's newest prototype.
This is Sergeant Adela Sewell of the 72nd Mobile Company. All civilians must leave this combat area immediately.
Don't worry, I'll leave. As soon as I get my dad out of the NSRL building.
Give me a break.
My orders are to break through enemy lines and reach the orbital elevator. I have no time to waste on you.
Oh, what a coincidence. The NSRL's that way. I'm coming with you.
Captain, looks like the enemy took out the bridge and have dug in. They're not letting anyone into New Jersey.
Redoing for transport coming. With the bridge area and zero landing zone.
Bridge is clear.
We've got another problem. There are double A turrets nearby. They need to be eliminated before the chopper can land. I can help out with that. What? Who is this? Why are you on a secure military frequency?
He's a civvy. That sounds 6 to Transport 3. LZ is clear.
Transport chopper is en route.
Damn it! Enemy reinforcements are approaching.
Take them out before the transport gets near.
Are you ready to go yet? Transport.
Nice job, Sergeant. Meet up at the rendezvous point ASAP. Oh, and keep any civilians you run into out of trouble, will you?
What you do in the garage at Diable might work for the testing range, but it's not going to hold up in a real fight. So let me show you how the Army upgrades and customizes their wanzers. Here's where you choose your weapons for your right arm, left shoulder, and right shoulder. Different weapons provide unique tactical benefits. Machine guns are general-purpose weapons that excel at medium range, and shotguns deliver the biggest punch at close range. Shoulder weapons pack a heavy punch in terms of damage, but they weigh a lot and don't have much ammo. As I'm sure you know, the total weight of a wanzer must be below the power generated. Going overweight is easy, so don't equip too many weapons. Yes. One of the best ways to improve the fighting capability of your wanzer is to equip some battle skills. Battle skills add special abilities to your weapons like bonus damage or decreased enemy accuracy. When you fire a weapon with a battle skill equipped, it has a chance to activate. But pay attention to how many skill slots a weapon has. Some battle skills take up more than one slot and cannot be fitted on all weapons. In the Army, the visual look of your wanzer is important to signify your rank and status. The overall visual style, color schemes, and glossiness can all be adjusted on per-part basis. Additionally, you can apply a decal to each wanzer part. More decals will become available as you accomplish goals set by your commanding officer. When you're good to go, exit customization to confirm your changes. We're nearing the LZ, so don't take all day.
This is as far as we can take you, Sergeant. Hostile airspace ahead.
Roger. We'll drop from here.
Last chance to back out. Well, since you threw away your last chance to save yourself, I guess I'll have to let you come with me.
Captain Hamilton is waiting for us near Percival. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Enemy contact. We got a big squadron, wanzers and tanks. Let's take them out.
Good shot, but I can handle myself. Intel reporting. We're just outside the captain's position, requesting remote override on these hangar doors. Command! We're pinned down in here! Get these doors open now!
That's the last of them.
Okay, let's go.
Captain Hamilton should be down here somewhere.
Enemy units.
We're busting through.
Y'all know something but you bullets.
Whoa.
Captain!
Hard to see well. Nice of you to join the party. I haven't seen a wanzer like that before. You Navy?
No. Diable Avionics. Wanzer Development Division. Dylan Ramsey.
A civilian. You're either brave or crazy coming here. I'm Captain Russell Hamilton, 72nd Mobile.
That rig's combat ready.
Dad wasn't in there, right? Right?
Searching ID code. Unable to confirm Professor Ramsey's evacuation.
You bastard!
You must be mad if you think you alone can stand against Apollo's chariot.
What the hell's Apollo's chariot?
Apollo's Chariot is the name given to one of the world's most dangerous mercenary groups led by Marcus Seligman.
That would be me. But your data's outdated. We are the most dangerous mercenary group.
You'll pay for this.
Now, I can't let you interfere in my business.
Our client is very fussy.
Edge can be activated once the meter reaches 25%. However, waiting until the meter is at 75% will result in more powerful effects. To build up an edge meter, you must damage or destroy enemies.
It's just business, boy. Nothing personal.
When the edge meter is full, you can activate edge by pressing the edge button.
Nothing personal.
When the edge meter is full, you can activate edge by pressing the edge button.
It's just business, boy. Nothing personal. Time to finish this.
When the edge meter is full, you can activate edge by pressing the edge button.
It's just business, boy. Nothing personal. See if you can dodge this. Enough games. Time to finish this. Get over here, punk.
When the edge meter is full, you can activate edge by pressing the edge button.
See if you can dodge this. Enough games. Time to finish this.
Edge system at full strength. When the edge meter is full, you can activate edge by pressing the edge button.
Let's show them what we can do. I hope this holds up in a real fight.
Interesting.
Your little wanzer is no match. See if you can dodge this.
What's so funny? Percival.
Sorry. My job's done here, and I don't get paid for overtime. Ramsey, the orbital elevator's about to fall. We need to get out of here.
My father's been murdered!
I'm sorry, but if you don't get out of here, you'll never be able to avenge your father.
God damn it. Jesus, this is really happening. I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either, but this is real.
Wake up, both of you! There's no time for chit-chat. We've got to get out of here now.
Sir, I'll take the alternate route and sweep for enemy snipers.
Roger that, Ramsey. Here with me. Dylan, don't let those tanks get away! Got one! Nice! Yeah, don't let any get away.
Adela! Come back, Adela!
Wizard, locate Adela.
Sergeant Sewell located. Unit is engaged with enemies and not responding.
Keep going. I'll go back and get Adela. We'll meet you outside the city.
Captain, I'm coming with you. I don't care what you say.
Fine, kid. I can't stop you, and we don't have time to argue.
Captain, I'm okay, but they got me pinned down.
Hang tight. We're halfway like a
Captain, I'm coming with you. I don't care what you say.
Fine, kid. I can't stop you, and we don't have time to argue.
Captain, I'm okay, but they got me pinned down.
Hang tight. We're halfway like a
Thanks for the help, guys.
damn. Principal's starting to come now. We need to get out of here ASAP.
Destination, Troy Douglas Bridge. Scanning for optimal route. Waypoints created.
Monty! The place is falling apart! Look at that! We're gonna make it this race. Let's move, Ramsey! Take out that obstacle ahead!
Help him! I'll cover you.
By the gods.
Dad, I'm so sorry.
Have we heard from the OCU?
They claim they had nothing to do with this. Yeah, right. There's no question those wanzers we fought were OCU models. And everyone knows Apollo's chariot is based on the OCU.
The UCS government wouldn't fall for that either.
Yeah. The army's already mobilizing. We're going to war.
We'll make them pay.
This is a war, Dylan. There is nothing a civilian like you could do.
But sir, why would any... No sir, I'm not questioning. Understood. Dylan Ramsey, the UCS Army needs you. You've been offered a commission as a specialist in the 72nd under my command.
Sir, is this a joke?
Brass isn't famous for its sense of humor. So what do you say, Mr. Ramsey?
The city of New York suffered extensive damage from the fall of the orbital elevator Percival. The UCS government, desperate for someone to blame, immediately accuses the OCU, based on the OCU-constructed wanzers used in the assault. The OCU denies the allegations, claiming that, even though OCU wanzers were used, the pilots were not affiliated with them. Instead, they accuse the UCS of staging the incident to undermine their international standing. Tensions high, the UCS begins deployment of a retaliatory force on Huffman Island, the only location where the two nations share an overland border. UCS troops on Huffman assemble on the northern coastline, then move to invade OCU territory. The OCU detects the UCS deployment and launches a preemptive strike. They stop the UCS in their tracks. As part of the attack, the OCU's electronic warfare divisions launch an incapacitating cybernetic attack on Fort Monis, turning the fort's defensive systems against the UCS. Left practically defenseless, enemy units overran the fort. A distress call indicates UCS personnel are trapped inside Depot 5. Already engaged in battle, the UCS can only afford to deploy 2 units on a rescue mission. Amongst the units, Squad 2, the 72nd Mobile Company, led by Captain Russell Hamilton, including new recruit Dylan Ramsey. Squad 2 takes the fort from the front, while Squad 1 moves to flank them from the rear.
Now that you're part of the Army, Dylan, you will receive funds each time you eliminate a military target, and when you complete mission objectives. Use these funds to upgrade and customize your wanzer. When upgrading your wanzer, remember that the total weight of all your wanzer's parts and weapons must be less than the power generated by the wanzer's torso. Pre-builts are wanzers that have been set up to match proven combat types. If you don't want to spend time optimizing your parts or weapons loadout, and prefer to get back into the action quickly, just choose one of these pre-configured rides. When upgrading wanzer parts, remember to consider all factors, not just weight and armor. Mobility for legs, accuracy for arms, and power generation for the torso all have a big impact on your wanzer's overall performance. In general, lighter arms trade armor rating for increased accuracy, and lighter legs trade armor for increased speed.
You can also change the type of backpack you want to equip in the weapons section. Changing backpacks will greatly affect the abilities of your wanzer.
Various melee weapons are also available for hand-to-hand combat. Equipping a shield will allow you to protect yourself from incoming damage for as long as its armor lasts. Additionally, a shield can be used to shield bash opponents that get too close.
I have a feeling our next assignment will be tough, so take the time to get it right. I'll see you at the staging area.
ever been to Fort Monmouth, Ramsey?
I lived there until I was 10.
Really? Well, just don't get any ideas about liberating your hometown by yourself. Remember,
Our priority is to reach the fort and get those friendlies.
They won't stand a chance if I use Edge.
Edge.
Emergency Defense Galvanosynaptic Enhancer. It's a defensive system that stimulates the pilot's nervous system directly, allowing him to evade enemy attacks. My father created it. I think of it as electronic lucky charm.
You shouldn't rely on it. That charm comes with a curse.
What do you mean by that?
Coffee break's over. Ramsey, cover our left. Adela, you take the right.
While defending the Albatross, fire from gas guns lit on the monster's arms and missiles lit on the Albatross.
Keep an eye out for allies. Help them out by taking out any hostiles they're engaging. Land with hostiles in the landing zone. Take them out. Get ready. Progress ahead. That's the last of them. We're going in. Squad 1 in position. They'll be on a flanking maneuver. Dylan, you ready?
It's showtime, Wiz.
work, you two. Fall in, squad. Stay ready.
Shit! Squad 1!
That can't be right. It's not just the OCU out there. Those other wanzers are Da Hung Zung.
The Hanzon Special Ops Units? Are the DHZ and OCU allies now?
Hold it! Whoever is first in the field will be fresh for the fight. Whoever is second and has to hasten to battle will arrive exhausted. Sunset is out of war. It is a sound strategy, but there's no honor in vanquishing a weakened enemy.
You would take honor over a strategic victory? You sound like one of your armor-clad ancestors, Lieutenant Gordon.
Don't worry, Lieutenant Gordon. I won't let my obsolescence get in the way of our mission. Southern Cross Company, move out. Locate the other enemy unit.
System entering standby. Awaiting user input.
We've got to secure this area before we head into the depot.
Punctuality is commendable.
Look out!
Hamilton! Adela!
Damn it! We're all right, but we can't get to you.
Ramsey, we'll find another way in. Watch your ass.
We've been expecting you.
Fall back!
So soon?
Is this not against your code?
There's no disgrace in retreat.
One must live to learn from a stronger foe in order to defeat him in the next battle.
Damn it!
Ramsey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. They got away.
Don't worry about them. Our priority is to get inside and get our troops out safe.
Wiz, what's going on inside the hangar?
Scans show less than 10 active UCS ID markers. Retrieving data on the highest ranked officer, Brigadier General Godwin Mosley.
Mosley? Our luck may have just turned around.
There's also some undamaged wanzers inside, but it looks like enemy troops are preventing our guys from reaching.
We'll clear the way.
Captain, we can't go in there with our wanzers. Their weapons are too inaccurate for this kind of thing. We might accidentally hit one of the friendlies.
You're right. We'll do this on foot. Adela, stay here and look after our wanzers. Ramsey, you're with me.
What? Captain?
I'll need Ramsey to quick start the wanzers inside once we clear the way for survivors. That shouldn't be a problem for you now, will it?
No, sir.
Adela, I'm counting on you to protect our wanzers.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Ramsey.
I'm guessing it's been a while since you fired a real weapon. Go ahead. Fire around. Whoa, easy there. Okay, now don't forget to reload. To increase your accuracy, enter precision aim. Follow my lead. We should be okay. Let's go. Hostile forces! Engage! They got us pinned down! Find cover! Enemy units in my location! Take that guy down! Get him, Ramsey! They're low on armor! Take me!
inside the room that will open the door below. All clear. Oh yeah. Opening it now. Hit them hard! I'm in position! Enemy units detected. Look alive! Don't move! Use a grenade to flush them out of cover. Careful, Ramsey. They're low on armor. Our guys are just ahead. Let's clear out this room. Hostile forces! Engage! Unit, cruise on my position! Damn! They're all around us.
You guys all right?
Yes. Thanks to you. We wouldn't have held out long without your help. Godwin Mosley.
Captain Russell Hamilton, sir.
I'm...
Ramsey. Dylan Ramsey, correct?
How do you know that?
Well, send the pleasantries forever.
I think that's all of them. Ramsey, head into the Wanzer depot. I'll open the blast door from here. All right, Ramsey. You should be clear from here to the hangars. There's 2 hangars and 2 control panels on either side. Power them all up. We're gonna double back and take out the rest of the hostiles. Good luck. Don't move! Crews on my position! Man down, need support! Backup is on the way! Enemy units detected. Look alive. Ramsey, there's 2 control panels in each of the 2 hangars. You'll need to use them both to start the Wanzers. That should do it. I'll open the blast door. Look out! Up on the catwalks! In attack position! Enemy Wanzer! Ramsey, take that thing out! I will smash you! That should do it.
You certainly come in handy, Mr. Ramsey. Deploy the Frost.
Sir, something strange is going on.
What is it, Sergeant?
The OCU and DHZ are retreating.
Why would they pull back now?
I don't know, sir.
What were they after?
Let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns.
Yes, we would have gained nothing by staying.
Our plan was fruitful. We have shown the UCS our resolve. They will think twice about mobilizing against us.
since we struck out.
Only in self-defense. The EC and the Zaftra will be on our side.
Yes. The UCS isolated itself from the world when it launched this hasty invasion. Our superiors will be satisfied with these results.
Satisfied? Huh. How much blood must we soldiers shed for the satisfaction of politicians and bureaucrats?
Sorry, Ramsey. You've been assigned to recon mission. You'll need to cover a lot of ground. You'll need speed.
I'll hover you. You'll have trouble fitting that on my wanzer. You'll have to.
Don't worry. I got you some help. And I believe she's even more knowledgeable about wanzers than you, Ramsey.
Hello, Dylan.
Amy.
I had to use some unconventional methods, but it should do. Wish should be able to cover any minor misalignments.
Amy, I'm...
Save your apology. It's not like I was worried about you. Running off to join the army and everything. Right now, I need your input on customization. Dylan, you will need to equip hover legs for the next mission. Hover legs allow you to navigate over water and also provide you with additional mobility and speed. These unique features will be extremely useful for a recon mission. There is also a new combo backpack that offers both additional ammo and power. Considering the speed of the hover legs, you might not need a mobility backpack anyway.
Looks like you two have things well in order.
Company Hut, present arms!
So he's a war hero.
The real deal. They call him Moses mostly because he wrote the commandments of wanzer combat from inside a unit, not behind a desk. He saved more lives. What the hell?
Have fun, my dear.
Not much fun to be had in this shooting alley.
It's Apollo's chariot!
Marcus.
Ramsey, wait!
The beta's set, boss.
Let's see if our target takes it.
Stop that wanzer! Don't let Ramsey out! Adela, hold down the fort. I'm gonna try and catch Ramsey before he gets himself killed.
Copy that.
Let's see if you can keep up, Dylan.
You'll never stop us, Ramsey. Don't let them get under your skin, Dylan. Hostiles ahead. Stay focused.
Give up, you can't catch us.
Ammo replenished.
this. Ramsey, wait!
The bait is set, boss.
Let's see if our target takes it.
Stop that, Wanzer! Don't let Ramsey out! Adela, hold down the fort. I'm gonna try and catch Ramsey before he gets himself killed.
Copy that.
Let's see if you can keep up, Dylan.
He'll never stop us, Ramsey. Don't let them get under your skin, Dylan. Hostiles ahead. Stay focused.
Give up, you can't catch us.
can't let him get away again.
Rat in the trap, right, boss? Let's see how he does against both of us.
We need to isolate the target. Let's play with him for a while, Gloria.
Now this is what I call fun.
Dylan, you're not gonna win this war by yourself.
I'm sorry, Captain. This is something I have to do.
I'm impressed that you made it this far. But you're not going any farther.
That little rodent has some teeth.
We're done playing. His target isn't this boy.
Damn you. What the hell?
Ramsey, Fort Monmouth is under attack. We need to go back.
That's our man, my dear. Always on time. Our job's done.
Bye-bye, cutie pie.
Where do you think you're going?
Dylan, wake up! Dylan needs our help.
Copy that. I'm on my way.
You are in luck, Adela. The one thing that can defeat me just happens to be that machine of yours. The OCU's moment of victory did not last long. Soon after the Battle of Fort Monmouth, the OCU space elevator Aluru 2 was destroyed. The UCS, OCU, and DHZ were shocked by the appearance of an unknown enemy. The UCS traces the attack to Antarctica, but decides to act on its own, still distrustful of the OCU and DHZ. The UCS assigns a Black Ops team to Antarctica, the 72nd Mobile Division. Brigadier General Godwin Mosley in command.
Heartbreaking.
Who was that back there?
Cornelius Werner. Until 2 years ago, he was one of the UCS's top wanzer pilots.
So he left the army?
In a way, yeah. According to official records, he's dead.
He didn't look dead to me.
No. He's a ghost that haunts the Army's past. Cornelius was involved in the Phantom incident. A lot of good men and innocent civilians died that day.
Cornelius and I were the only survivors.
Wait, you were there too?
Everyone else was killed. Even my family.
I'm sorry your father's no longer with us, Dylan. He created Edge. Maybe you could have helped him.
You knew my father. What has Edge got to do with this?
Your father and I were old friends. I was also involved with the Edge project in its initial stages. The device they were field testing the day of the Phantom incident was a modified Edge device.
Enemies inbound! Multiple contacts! All units to defensive positions!
Our target is too far inland for short-range fighters. There must be another base closer to shore.
I think I found your other base, sir. Look at that iceberg.
Get to your wanzers.